Good morning, this is Shawn Woodell from Heavenly Soaps and Such, and today's video is going to be of me cutting the goat's milk pine tar soap that I made yesterday. So I told you I would bring you back making a video of me cutting it. So it's been wrapped up here, I haven't bothered it, and it's just been covered with the blankets. The reason I cover it with the blankets is to keep it warmer longer so it doesn't get really hard on me before the next morning, and it's hard to cut. Now these towels are clean. They're just all stained, bleach stains and stuff from me working with turmeric and paprika, but they're clean. Alright, here are the bags and that I covered them with, and this is how I show you that you put the bags with the ink up so that it doesn't get on the actual soap itself. Okay, so and it doesn't stick to it. There'll be a little bit of soap residue, but you can see on this bag, I'm going to show you this right here. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the letters are dark blue and then they're more of a turquoise color. That's where I let it touch the soap and it interacted with the lye. For last time, not this time, one time before. So I'm just gonna put those over there, and I reuse those every time. And you see this one's a little stuck, and you just pull it, it comes right off. No soap comes off or anything. This bag here, you can really see on this emblem where it interacted with the lye. I accidentally was in a hurry and just put it down and forgot about it. And you don't have to cover these, but like I said, I put this over it so the towel doesn't stick to the soap, and I cover it with the towel so that it keeps it softer so it doesn't get hard so quickly, and it's just easy for me to cut with my cutter. Alright, so first thing I do is I just lift out one of these like this, and I'm carried over to the table, and I will bring you over. Okay. Here's the cutter here. Alright. This is the little bits that were left, and I did them in a small mold and I didn't cover it, so I was actually able to cut them last night, so I just went ahead and cut those little bit of bars. Now, first thing I do is I just take my liner off, and I'll show you what the liner looks like. It's just got a textured look on the inside and the outside. It's exactly the same. It's about that thick, and it's spongy, and this is the shelving. You can see it gets a little, now this was on the top part that went on top of the mold, but on the inside of the mold it's got a little bit of soap, not much, and this was underneath it. So, and I reuse them over and over and over, and they last me forever. So have a piece of soap here that kind of fell off. What I usually do is just kind of smash it. The soap's really soft. I just smash it back into a place. Now my soap is rugged looking from the HP, and I know you can make HP that's not really rugged looking. And I'm going to just pull it off. Flip it carefully because it is still soft. Now it's not real soft, but see, you can see that most of the soap comes right off. There's a little bit of soap that you can see, but most of it pops right off. Okay. I take my hand and just kind of rub down to smooth out any of the soap that kind of pulled up just a little. Like I said, being careful because it's soft. Now I do have some colored soap here, and this is from the mold of a different, where I used a different color soap in the mold before. It's okay. Doesn't affect anything at all. If you find any little bits of soap, you can put them in little tiny holes if you see any. But I just smooth it out. Just kind of soft, and we'll stick it in that. Okay, so I'm ready to cut it. Now, I just take this, show you this real quickly. I just put it right back in the mold. So I just put that back up there like that. Stick this one like this. You can tell which way's the upside because it has a little bit of soap on it. And then I just put this back down in there, and my mold is ready to go for the next time. So it's nice and doesn't have soap everywhere, but it's ready to go. Okay, and I just put it back on the shelf with my other molds. All right, now this is the bud cutter from Bud Hafner, and you can go online. I think he has YouTube videos. He has a Facebook channel, a Facebook page that he interacts with. I'm not sure of that, but his email is bhaffner@suddenlink.net. So BHAFFNER at SUDDENLINK.net is his email if you want to email him. My husband bought me this for Christmas a year ago, over a year ago, and he asked me what I wanted, and I said I want a soap cutter. And it came very, very quickly. It was like the week before Christmas, and I was scared I wouldn't even get it in time, and I received it in plenty of time for me to get it for Christmas. So I love it. It's wonderful. It has worked great, and it takes a lot of the time out of soap cutting. All right, so take your bar. I don't slide it because those ridges may cut the soft soap. Just set it down and go all the way to the end. Yes?
Mommy.
Yes, Mommy's videotaping.
I'm watching TV and Honor's fixing tea, and she won't let me watch TV while she's finishing it.
While she's finishing what?
The tea, and she's getting everything ready.
Well, go ahead. Tell her that I said you can watch TV while Mommy does this. And she can go play or watch TV, whatever she wants to do. Okay, sorry about that. No matter what you do, they're going to come in when you're videotaping. Alright, so I slide it all the way down, make sure it's all the way against here, and then I grab the top, and I kind of hold, first I press down some, press, and then I grab the bar and just lay it over. Okay? Now, you don't lift this back up because it'll jerk all your soaps up. It took me a while to stop doing that. But I just take my finger because it's soft, and I just run around the edges to smooth out the edges, and I'm finished with that. So there's the bar of soap, and it smells so nice. You can smell the pine tar, but you can still smell the lemongrass and the peppermint. I don't really smell the lavender, but I can smell the peppermint and the lemongrass and a little bit of the tea tree. Alright, so there it is. It's that thick. You can get the different size cutters. But that's kind of up to you. And I'm not sure what this one is. I probably could find a ruler. I don't know where a ruler is. Oh, here's one. I can tell you what size bar it cuts. This is actually 1 inch and 1/8, I think. Yeah, it's more than 1 inch. It looks like 1 inch and 1/8. Yeah, 1 inch and 1/8. So I wanted more than 1 inch, but I didn't want them so big that they would be humongous, because then you have to charge more money. But anyway, works out great. Now I use these trays. Well, first of all, this one from last night is already hard. I mean, I can mash it just a little, but it's already hard. And now this one, I could squeeze it and put some indentions in it if I wasn't careful. Alright, but this tray here is just like a Pepsi Cola tray I got from a store, and I use those and just lay the bars in it. We'll kind of slide down some, I think. Yeah. Alright, so I just carefully do each bar. I stand up the bars. I used to lay them down like this, but it takes more room, and so I figured out, you know, in order to save space, I just stand them up. And then I leave them in these trays until the soaps are nice and hard. And I'm ready to bag them. And then when I'm ready to bag them, my daughter usually helps me with bagging and putting the labels in, and then either she tapes them or I tape them, and then we put them on the shelf or in containers to go to stores. Okay. I've had people ask, do I sell soap? I do sell soap. I don't have a website though. So I usually, people just send me a message what they want, and I go through PayPal, and they just pay me, and I ship the soap out to them. I charge $5 a bar plus shipping. So the more you order, the better off you are for shipping, because the shipping is expensive, not real expensive, but if you only order 3-4 bars, you can get like 10 or 12 bars for the same price shipping. So, alright, put the rest of it back on there. I carefully put it there. I always keep the end that's the end of the mold on this end straight down. You hit that little pop, it just pops it through the bottom, and this is the end. So what I do is with these, because you can see that the last end, and I made these molds before I got the cutters, so they don't really match up. If I had had the cutter when I made the molds, I would have made it where it would be perfect, but you can see this one is this thick, that one's that thick. So this is the end piece. Okay, so what I normally do is I take my end pieces and I put like three pieces. I'll put this one and one more, so you're getting more soap. And I ask people, of course, do they want to buy that? And most of them are like, yes, because it saves them money. They get a bar and a half, kind of like equivalent to a bar and a half for the same price as 1 bar. So I do the end pieces that way. Now we use end pieces too at home, but I make so much soap that I can't keep up with all the end pieces. So I've just figured out it's easier to start selling them and ask somebody that's coming by, you know, well, I have these end pieces here, you know, do you want those? I said, if not, it's fine. And they're like, yes, I'll take those. So that works out good. So here we go, and I just keep now, and this soap is ready to use. The only thing is soft, so you really wouldn't want to use it. But the lye's already gone. It doesn't have any active lye in it. It's ready to be used, but you want to let it harden up. Now I'm gonna get another mold. Another basket. I sit it on top like this one, because if I sit it on there, it's going to sit on top of the soap, and this gives it some breathing room. And like that. See, nice and pretty. You can see the oatmeal in it, and it smells, and it has the rugged top, which is what I like. And most of the people that buy soap from me, they don't buy it for the pretty. They buy it for health benefits and the benefits you get from essential oils. So they don't care about the rugged or cutesy. They don't want the colors. They don't want the additives. They just want the goodness of a good bar of soap with the healthy stuff in it. Now, I'm not saying don't make cute bars of soap and make it, and I know you can do HP cute, but my customers just care more about the benefits. So it works for me, and I'm not a real creative person, or I don't think I am. Now, I've had people tell me I am, but I don't really think I am. And so I don't try to make it cute with swirls and different colors and all that stuff. But that's wonderful. I love to look at all the nice designs that people come up with. Now, let me say something about this one. I've never done this before, but you know that if you watch the video of me making it, I had soap left over in the pot after I filled up a whole mold. So I poured this in to here. Let's see. And we're going to see how this works. Like I said, I've never done this before. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see that line right here. I poured this and put a piece of cardboard to hold it while I was finishing up another loaf. Then I took that batter and finished filling it up. So this had already started drying, but I just wanted to see how it would do. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to come apart or if it's going to be fine and be normal. but I said, well, I would try it because I get tired of, normally I had been pouring it in little cups and I end up with soaps like this. Oops, let me back up. Soaps like this, and I end up not selling them, or I don't even ask people about them, or either I end up with little molds like this. And I usually give these away to people, or either I'll sell them two for the price of one bar, which is a really good deal. But I said, I'm tired of having to do that, so I really want to try to have it cut in the mold rather than making those little pieces. So I tried this, and we're going to see how it works. Okay? I hope it don't fall apart on me. But you can see where it's together all the way around. And on the top, I did put some of the soap on it to make it blend in better. But on the side, you can see where it did, and then on the bottom. Okay, so let's cut it and see how it does. All right, top down. I'm gonna hold my bar, and you can let that fall. I guess I just don't, because I don't like for it to fall because it gives a little indents. Just take my hand quickly, and usually it doesn't take long. Usually I can have three loaves of soap cut in no time. I don't really know how long, but it doesn't take me 10 minutes probably. But now I'm slowing down talking. My laundry room smells so good right now. The soap smells wonderful. And like I said, this is pine tar soap with goat's milk. And you can't see me. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn it. I'm so sorry. Okay. So, just going to stand these up over here, but it smells so nice. And when I get it on my hands, when I wash off my hands, it just lathers up. The lather is really nice and thick and dense. Goat's milk makes a really wonderful lather. Now this is the loaf, the bar, that's going to have the piece in it like this. And I may wait for it to dry and then try to pull it apart. And if I can pull it apart, then I won't sell it. We'll use it ourselves. Because I don't want to sell it and it's going to come apart when somebody's using it. Not that it really matters, but I wouldn't want to do that. So this is just something I'm trying, and we'll see how it does. And I'm just kind of blending it in a little bit. But we'll see how it does. I'll keep an eye on that one. So I usually get about 20 bars a loaf. So this will end up being about 60 bars, but I had the extra, 4 or 5, so it's going to end up being about 65 bars of soap. This is a really good seller for me. I have people with skin conditions really like the pine tar goat's milk soap. So, and anybody with a dry skin, this is really moisturizing. Of course, I can't say that it helps your dry skin or cures your dry skin. And there's a piece of the other soap that was in the mold, the lighter soap. And normally I don't have that trouble with the darker soap for some reason, but the lighter soap shows up more. But you can clean them out every time. I usually just wash them off real quick and you're done. You can throw them in the washing machine and just and do a rinse cycle, and it'll rinse all the soap off. You don't have to have any soap. You can just rinse them and put them back in the liner real quickly, and even put them back in the mold wet, and they'll dry. But usually I just wash them off and dry them off and put them back. So. But this mold works wonderful. I'm so blessed to have it, because before, at one time I was really able to cut the bars evenly, or pretty evenly. But then it just got to where you'd be in a hurry and you'd mess them up and you'd be like, oh, that don't look right. And they just didn't look professional and they weren't even. And this is so much faster. So much faster. Okay? one more loaf here. Make sure you're able to, pull this off. See, there's no soap stuck on it. Do it to the side. Just pull, and it pulls off nice and evenly. I mean, nice and gently. It's not hard to get off. Oops. Now, usually I put it in front of me, but I'm trying to get it over near you so you can kind of see it. Flip it over carefully. Pull the bottom. Flip it over again. Pull it off. And we're done. Now, you will get some of this around the top parts, which is just the soap. And I usually just take it and put it in a place where something had left a little hole. Okay. Alright, so I just take my hands, smooth out the ends, smooth it all out. I have a piece of soap here, just kind of push it in. That piece of white soap keeps flicking up. And then I'll just take a piece and stick it on the top, push it in one of the little crevices. Alright, I'm ready. I'm gonna make sure that side's in. And the bars aren't that heavy. I don't know how much they weigh, but the loaf, I mean, it's not that heavy. Alright, here we go again. Now this thing takes a little pushing if you let the soap get too thick. That's why, too hard. That's why I said I like to wrap it. And this is probably a little bit harder than what I normally do, because when I got up this morning, my son likes for me to hold him in the mornings and watch a little TV in the rocking chair. So I was going to try to get it cut before then, but he got up quite early, which I get up early too. I was up at 6, but he was up at like 6:45, so I didn't get a chance to get it done before, and I didn't want him interrupting the video, wanting me to hold him. And that's kind of our time in the mornings, so I like to sit and hold him for a little bit. But and then I watched a show, and then I said, well, let me go ahead and fix their breakfast, and then I said, well, let me go ahead and let's get his homeschool, some of his homeschool sessions done, and then when he's taking a break, I will go ahead in there and do it. So they're taking a break. That's what they're doing. But we use a Becca for homeschool. We love it. If anybody's interested in doing homeschool, I recommend checking out a Becca. And we do the online teacher. Well, actually, we do the DVDs for the teacher. So he has an actual teacher, which I am a teacher, but I want to be able to do some things that I need to do while he's doing his schoolwork. And I didn't want it to become something that I don't really want to do. So I have to help him a lot, but he does have a teacher, so there are times when I can walk away and say, all right, go ahead and finish your teacher. And they do a really good job. He's in pre-K, and he can count to 100. He can write his numbers to about 50. He can read simple sentences like I am a pig, and Matt is a pack rat. I'm just trying to think of some of the sentences he's doing right now in his little books. And he's in 4-year-old kindergarten. He can write his name. He knows that there are 5 vowels, and there are other letters are consonants. He doesn't know how many there are, but other letters are consonants. He knows that when there are 2 vowels, the first one usually says its long sound. The second one is silent. And I'm repeating the little rhymes they do. And they learn Bible. But anyway, it's a great, great program. He has really thrived, him and his sister, using the program. We are very, very happy with it. And he is almost finished with pre-K. And you do it at your own pace. Of course, you need to keep up. You don't want to get way behind, but you can do it at your own pace. So if we needed to not do schoolwork today because we were going off today and tomorrow, then that's fine. We can just catch up. So it works out fine. Okay, I'm gonna spread these out a little since I'm done. That way they'll kind of dry a little faster. And I think I made, I'm OCD. It has to be straight. I don't know. Anyway, so there we go. There we have it. Soaps are cut. I have 3 trays of them. This one 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and this one. And 3, 6, 8, and that should be 8, 16, and that's 8, it's 24. So 24, 34, 41. That's 41 bars. And 41, 44, 47. Yeah, 41, 44, 47, 51, 54, 57, 63, 66, and then of course I won't count that little piece. So there's 66 bars of soap there. And a couple of them are end pieces, so the last end piece, the first end piece that you cut on the loaf can be sold. The last end piece on the loaf ends up being shorter. So that you can't. So I leave them like that. And I leave my crock pots are clean, nice, and I'll leave the soaps there. Sometimes I sit them over on the floor. Just depends on if I need the space. Right now I don't need it. So there are my liners. Here are the molds. And I just quickly go ahead and put these back in like that. Put that back in, and this mold is ready. So put it back on the shelf with the other molds. It's easy cleanup. I really love these molds and liners. Now I do have hinges where you can take down the sides, but I didn't need to do that, so really I just needed a box. I didn't have to put hinges. I just need to really screw in or nail in the sides and make a rectangular box, and then because the liner lets you lift it out, so you don't really need hinges on it. So because you can see I have hinges here. You don't need hinges, and then I did little things so that I could pull this one down, but this would hold it up, the little wire. You don't need all that. So if you just do a bottom, a side, and I don't have measurements or anything, but a bottom piece, the side pieces sit on the bottom. You would nail those together, then put a little piece in the middle, and then nail those shut. You do the same on the other end. Decide how long you want your mold. These are this long, and it works wonderful. I love it. And I actually have 6 of those, which I only use 3 at a time. So, ooh, the lights just went off. Oh my. Okay, came back on. That's wonderful. All right, so now cleanup of the actual mold, the cutter. I'm gonna kind of show you that. I'm just wetting a rag. Now all I do is I just wipe down the handles where my hands have been on the handles. I pull it up. The wires I just take and I just pull down and then go back up. And I guess you don't have to clean these every time, but I just don't want to leave that soap on there because it's gonna get harder. And then I don't know if when you're cutting next time, and you just keep turning it so that you have a clean spot. And this just cuts on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, cuts 11 bars at a time, which is actually works wonderful. It's really nice. And I just make sure that there's no soap here. Now, I don't normally do this right now, but you can kind of touch the, if you feel them move, like this is really tight, that's good. Tight, tight. And that one's a little loose, not much. You can adjust these to make it tighter. I think I'm going the wrong way, okay? So you're gonna Yeah. You're going to turn counterclockwise. And I did it one time, so I'm turning it back. Yes, son?
The TV just went off.
Okay, when Mommy finishes videotaping, I'll come in there. Will you close the door back, please?
It's like that.
Yeah, that's because the lights just blinked off. And they blink back on. It'll take a minute for the cable, the satellite to come back up, okay? Go ahead. I'll be in there in a few minutes. Alright, so anyway, these are nice and tight now. But if you feel one loose, you just tighten counterclockwise one time, one turn, or a half of a turn. And sometimes when you tighten one, then you have to go back and tighten the others. Because it must kind of pull it from one way to another. But nice and tight. Now, I do wipe off this some. So I just kind of rake them over onto the table. Any little soap bits. Now the only thing is in here, the soap gets down in these little things, in the little slots where the wires go. You have to just push your rag down in there. But you don't have to clean those out every time, because it's just soap down in the middle. But you can. I usually don't do them every time, but I do them some. So you just push the rag in, slide the soap that way, and you can see the soap coming, the little bits coming over there. But anyway, I won't go on and on about cleaning. But it doesn't take long to clean it up. And like I said, you don't have to do this every time you use it. But it saves a lot of time. And I can't remember how much it was. I want to say it was about $175, maybe $200. I'm not sure. But when my husband asked what I wanted for Christmas, I had been wanting one, and I thought, you know, I would love to have it. So he went ahead and ordered it for me, or I went ahead and ordered it. So I'm not going to worry about getting all that out. If you can see the little pieces down in there. Now you can, but I'm not worried about it. So just close the lid. He says not to carry it like this, because I guess you could pop the hinges off or pop it loose from the bottom. So I just grab it from the bottom like this and then carry it. It's not real heavy. It is a little heavy, but it's not real heavy. And I just put it right there, and that's where it sits until I need it again. So that's all I have for today. You can see I have a soap. Now what I do with these pieces, I put them in my washing machine. What doesn't come on the rag. So you can see the little pieces like this. Put them all in a pile. Put them in my hand. So I have a little bit there, and I just take it and put it right in here. And it goes in the washing machine the next time we wash. It's just soap, so it works wonderfully. And it just gives me, rather than throw them in the trash, to just throw them in the washing machine. So that's it. This is Shawn Woodell. I am going to make a Soap Talk Tuesday question and answer session, because I have a lot of people that have asked a lot of questions, and I have been really bad lately about answering those questions. So what I figured I would do is I would just bring my laptop, come in, start a video, and I will go through the questions and just answer the questions verbally, so I don't have to go in and try to type each one. So be on the lookout for that video. I'll probably name it Soap Talk Tuesday number, whatever number, and then put question and answer session. And then just try to answer the questions that different people have asked of me. So be on the lookout for that. But anyway, I've enjoyed doing the video. This is Shawn Woodell from Heavenly Soaps and Such, and I will see you next time.